Talking about international affairs, talking about the US, what we are particularly seeing with the impeachment thing. And so we're used to thinking of impeachment as a word, saying removing from office. And that's not how the impeachment thing is defined in the US. And so the US has two houses, the lower house and an upper house, just like India, Lok Sabha, Rajya Sabha. One is the House of Representatives, then there's the Senate. The House of Representatives has lots of seats, Senate has exactly 100, two for each state. And so impeachment proceedings are generally started in the House of Representatives, where they create a ground for impeachment, articles of impeachment. Then it ends, part one of this process ends with a vote. And with a simple majority, you can say that the impeachment proceedings have gone to the next level. The president is impeached. Remember, when we say this, that means the state of affairs being taken to the next level, which is to the Senate, which is where the trial will happen. It's like saying, okay, we've done all this. There are grounds to pull this process through. There is something where you have to put the president on trial and see if he can be or he should be removed from office. Right? So everything that happened in the House of Representatives is to evaluate to that point. Right? And then once that is evaluated, it goes to the Senate. This is a simple majority, the first step. The second step is a 2/3 majority. If and only if a president is declared unfit for office and has to be removed by a 2/3 majority in the Senate, will he be removed? Right? So, and for all the publicity that you've heard, the voting happens on party lines. Republicans will vote for Mr. Trump. Democrats vote against Mr. Trump. So, level in round one, he's been impeached or he's now ready for trial for the Senate. The Senate Republicans, there are more of them, and you need a 2/3 majority. So it is practically nearly impossible that Mr. Trump will be removed from office. This is a foregone conclusion. Everybody who's in the political system in the US knew that this will qualify for Senate and not get kicked out of office at the Senate level. So why are we doing this? There is enough grounds in the Ukraine scandal for this to happen, for the process to happen. The Democrats are hoping that they'll kick up mud and keep this about the news flow about this and how there's been obstruction of justice and how Mr. Trump has crossed boundaries and all of that. The Republicans are hoping at the end of this long drawn-out struggle, Trump will be painted as a savior who's been fighting and doing good things for the economy and for the American standing in the world, notwithstanding so much trouble that the Democrats are creating for it. It's a political battle with a foregone conclusion. The result is level one is going to get crossed. Level two, he'll not be removed from office. And so the impeached word is kind of what you're used to thinking about if somebody is removed from office. That's not what it is. So Mr. Trump can be impeached by the House and will continue to stay in office. The Senate will not kick him out. Okay? Now, the second part of this, what in terms of international affairs, the other thing that's happening is the war-like scenario, especially with US and Iran. And so the Iranian general, Mr. Soleimani, is the number two in Iran. He's very powerful. He's conducted a lot of their geostrategic but geopolitical planning. He's had proxies in Lebanon, he's had proxies in Yemen planning. And generally, these military strategists stay in the background. Mr. Soleimani is very much in the foreground. He was the guy who was running military campaign and he had a string of successes against America. So they had opportunity, they had provocations from Iran, which Mr. Trump didn't react to. Mr. Trump's number one plank was that Obama had been historically very mild on Iran. He kept saying relentlessly that Obama doesn't know how to handle Iran. He does not have a strong hand, all of that. So when an opportunity presented itself, he took it. So he had an attack and they killed the guy. The Iranians had to respond. They sent a bunch of missiles. And luckily enough for both sides, Iran caused damage without causing casualty. So both of them could withdraw, go to their bunkers. Iran said, look, we struck at them. We've had missiles run at them. We caused some damage. We have avenged the death and all of that. The Americans could say, we pulled off, we killed their guys. We lost no lives. This is a classic military victory. And they're both camped. Relations are strained, but they've withdrawn from it. And so it's not as much of a flashpoint as it threatened to become immediately after the assassination of the general. You can easily imagine that Iran is waiting for an opportunity to strike another blow at some point of time. And so is Mr. Trump. That has not changed. But this particular flashpoint has been kind of resolved. Something similar has happened with the trade war between US and China. That's the other topic. It probably requires a slightly longer discussion. So we'll have a separate video discussing the trade war and its implications on the global economy. We're going to do a series of videos on international affairs and Indian affairs. So read them and please do post comments so that we know what you want as subsequent videos and what you think of the videos. Cheers, guys, and best wishes.